Today I'm here with Alex Huber as a guest star in this video podcast about e-commerce, retail, intelligence. And Alex, welcome to this small episode. You've been working in the retail and the online industry in REWE and BIPA for many years.
Exactly. So thank you very much for hosting me. I was working many years for them, leading several departments. For example, last department was Digital Business Hub, where we were focusing especially on the quick commerce, but also enabling AI business for this company. And now I also co-founded a startup, which is more or less focusing on consultancy, but as well for sure AI development.
Exciting. Good to have you here. You're one of those that know what's going on in this industry, and also one of those that has been working with what you can do digitally and with data and analytics for quite some time. What would you say, Alex, are the most important commercial decisions that you typically make in this industry, where external market data really matters?
Especially, for example, market entry, but also rollout decisions, maybe e.g. where to place certain products. Especially, we also had right now a special project here with an online retailer. They go offline, and this is in that case really important for them, where to place the product, which regions they should choose. Also, maybe if they go to retailers, which retailer they should prioritize on. And for sure, it's important also which products, which sizing in the end they go within, and also the pipeline to prioritize. So which industry companies to target for. I would say this is the most important here in this sector.
If companies get these things right, what are the biggest business benefits from getting it right?
In the end, for sure, reaching the targets, reaching the customer, that's the crucial one. And for that reason, it's important to have data sources, structured data in the end, which can help to make this decision. And I'm super happy to also to have this interview here with you, because Tembi in that case is one of the sources we are using here for that.
So what have you done so far to understand the market, to understand the product and pricing and the competitors in the landscape around in the businesses you've been in prior to these new possibilities that we're looking into?
In the past, I would say it was always a mix of different risk research, industry reports, but also company feelings, company websites, pricing pages, and so on. For sure, direct conversations also with the partners, with the buyers on ground. And since I was working 29 years in the end also for REWE, so we had absolutely ton of different data here, especially across 9 countries, especially in category management, category performance, on store level and economy. But in the end, it was always mixing up, arranging this data, and for competitive positioning, I would say, to build battle cards and reserve engineer competitors' pricing from proposal and public sources in the end. So for me, it was always in the end mixing this together. No single data source was here, and in the end, so absolutely again great to have tools which can help you by that, understanding the market. Especially also the products and the pricing from competitors, super important for that.
And if we double a bit down on that, and thank you for the explanation about what you have done, and it is an extensive career that you had in that field, but what have the shortcomings been of the sources that you used before in this space?
I would say fragmented and slow, because different places, different manual data always stitched together, often outdated, I would say, because, for example, as I mentioned, annual feelings, they are showing the history. In the end, we were always trying to find sources which can give us more the opportunity to predict something, not only always measure the past, because in measuring the past is, as you know, it's over. And the future is the business is the future. So for that reason, we was always trying to find something to get this. And I would say, in Europe, super hard to get real-time data because of the capabilities here in these markets. And so, yeah, this was, I would say, really the shortcoming of the sources I used before.
And as you know, so here in Tembi, we track 1.5 million online web shops throughout Europe. It's like hundreds of millions of, actually about almost a billion unique products, hundreds of thousands of unique brands, product categories, pricing, delivery strategies, payment options, many different things around running an e-commerce or company that is part of the e-commerce supply chain. What would you say is the main value for using a solution like Tembi in this space?
I would say totally clear. It's turning lagging data, I would say, signals into continuously updated location company level view. So that we can spot on demand, size of a market, identify the right targets faster, especially what we did also with the project we had together. In the end, this was super fast to get an overview about the assortment, the capability, also in delivery. So as I said, I would say it's really the turning out lagging data into predictive something and much more correct to make decisions on, and much faster as well.
And you actually just pointed a bit into my next question, and thank you for that. About what can you enable a company to do with this kind of intelligence, this kind of insight? So maybe instead you could say a bit about how do you see the future here? What's going on? And if we look, I don't know, 5 years ahead, what can you imagine that will happen?
Maybe also go a little bit back in my history and what I learned here. Sometimes companies do not focus on their real competition because they define a market as they think the market is. And with your tool, we can learn here much more about the much wider competition and about the market itself. And in the end, this will help. So focusing on what your real competition, your real market is, and where your customers are is super important. And I think all the developments in market trends, consumer trends will lead us to this direction. Consumer will get products much more customized, much more focused on their personal need. And if company cannot fulfill that, they will not survive. Bringing tools like yours into and to the table of the decision makers is super crucial for that, because first of all, understand your customer, understand your competition. I would say it's crucial for all of us.
I can only say I agree, Alex, and thank you for these insights. As I said, you've been working with this for a long time, so we see it as well, and we think that the intelligence is over is us, and that will definitely transform the way the e-commerce and the retail will move in the coming years.
Congratulations to this startup, because in the end it was something missing here, and it's exactly the gap you can fill.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you here today, Alex.
Thank you very much.